Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob Connor here, once again with another video. And today we're going to be looking at the Deadpool movie DVD collection. Now obviously it's not the complete collection because the third one is supposedly coming out soon. I'm not sure if it's this year or next year, or I think there's been a delay in it. In the third, because it's been quite some time since the second one. I think the second one was 2018. So obviously, I think COVID has done a lot of damage because that's caused so many delays in a lot of films. So I think that's something to do with it. I'm not sure when it was actually made, or if probably some development and delays with. Because the COVID situation caused so many problems, didn't it, back in 2020? It caused so many delays and so many problems. A lot of things were cancelled. It just did so much damage. It's just an absolute awful situation of a lot of movies. I think some movies coming out a year after COVID happened, and everything just got messed up. And I think even now, some of the stuff that was delayed and couldn't be finished off filming. And I think some films are still behind due to that effect. So I think some of the films that are coming out now are supposed to be like a year ago. So I think everything's sort of like a year sort of behind where it should have been, sort of thing. So I think some films are supposed to come out last year, and films, I think it's still sort of one big mess. So the third film, is due out at some stage. I'm not sure when it is, but it's going to eventually come. I'm not sure about a fourth, but the third. So obviously it's not complete. It's just currently two films are out on DVD, and obviously it's from Marvel. But it's not from or I don't think it comes up as Marvel Cinematic Universe. It comes up as 20th Century Fox, but it is Marvel. But they don't say it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It doesn't come like Captain America thing. It's Marvel, but it just I think it's similar to the X-Men. They don't actually have it in the Marvel Cinematic Universe where it comes up at the beginning of the film. It's just by Marvel, but I don't know. I mean, I personally think they should have all the Marvel things into the thing, rather than just some and not others. I don't know how they're going to do it. Maybe they'll sort of do a thing where it's X-Men, Deadpool and all that in one franchise, one movie. I'm not too sure, but X-Men's sort of just been on its own, hasn't it, really? It's not been a crossover between Spider-Man and X-Men, or Iron Man and X-Men. I don't know, it's a bit silly. Spider-Man, the same thing, it's just been all Spider-Man. There's not been no... I tell a lie. There's been the Spider-Man with the Avengers and stuff, but not the original ones. But the X-Men's not been involved in the Avengers stuff for some reason. Don't know. But anyway, maybe they'll do that at a later stage. So let's go back to talking about Deadpool. So obviously Deadpool the first, coming out in 2016, and obviously it comes from the Marvel comics, and obviously, well-known Deadpool hero, Marvel. I mean, to tell you the truth, obviously I know about Deadpool, but I'm certainly no expert. I don't think I've ever read any comics, and I don't think there was ever a TV. Certainly wasn't a cartoon when I was younger of Deadpool, so I just knew about Deadpool and, seeing the films, and that's about it, really. Let's say Deadpool now, unlike a lot of the Marvel films where they're sort of based, or the audience they direct at is sort of like, a younger sort of audience, like 12-year-old range, when they do a lot of the other Marvel films, or even not PG. But this is 15 because this is done sort of more, it's done more violently, and it's got it's sometimes can be rude, more violent, more bloody, and it's done very differently to a lot of the Marvel films, which for this type of thing I think it does work, but I don't know. One thing says to me you know, when I see it at the time, it should be based on a younger audience, you know, keeping the heroes. But I suppose he's not really sort of like, well, he's a hero, but he's sort of, you know, he kills people rather than a hero would just, you know, knock someone out unconscious. He actually just kills someone and stabs them, you know, which is, you know, but again, you know, I suppose for this type of film it's right, and you know, the humour is rude, sometimes a bit not very, um, you know, I mean, it stars Ryan Reynolds, which I'm not really a massive fan of his, to tell you the truth. I'm not his biggest fan. However, in this, he's actually does all right, actually, and his character is all right. So I give him credit for that. He does actually portray Deadpool quite well, and his character does come across really well, and he does quite a good job. And I think the storyline, well, it's a bit weak. You know, it's just really the villain doing what does the Deadpool and having a feud with him, and then he kidnaps his girlfriend. But there's not really a massive, you know, it's not really where the villain's trying to take over the world. It's not a massive plot. It's quite a simple, basic plot, which is not great. But I think the film is actually all right. It's quite good all the way through. The action itself is actually really good. There's nothing absolutely wrong with any of the action. The action's fine. All right, it's bloody, but yeah, I think for this type of film, they had done it, it's going to be like that. And I think the action is alright. It's quite good and really good, enjoyable. I like the action. As I said, the plot is quite weak, and it's alright all the way through. I don't really like the silly humour that Reynolds does. You know, like I don't know. Can't really give you an example, but it's very, very. It's just stuff where someone says something. It's just not funny. I mean, I personally don't think that just basic things are funny. Like someone farting. To me, all that is just really ridiculous, and to me, it's not funny. I like things that actually are funny. When someone does like impressions of someone or some situation where you can relate to and you know it's funny, sort of type thing. But this is sort of like just things that are just not funny, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. I know people might find it funny, but I just don't. But as I said, I think the action is good and it's alright, it's a good film. Now, coming on to Deadpool 2, actually, this I really do like. And actually, to be honest, I think I actually prefer the second one to the first. I'm just trying to see. Oh, I haven't put the DVD back in there since I last watched it. Try and get that back in there. But Deadpool, now I will say, I think this is actually a slight improvement over the first. I think I actually prefer Deadpool 2. It's longer, and I think it's better. I think the storyline is better. Action, is it better? I think the action is good and just as good. Well, it's probably better, to be honest, or just as good. But I think it's a slight improvement. I think I enjoy it better. It's longer. I think the story is better. I think it's more enjoyable. There's a lot more action, a lot more stuff, and the characters are better. Obviously, Ryan Reynolds coming back as Deadpool, which is cool. There's other characters in it that are really cool, and what's really cool about this is a character from the X-Men franchise, Cable, is in it, which is really, really cool, and I really, really love Cable. I used to love the cartoon, X-Men cartoon, when Cable was in it. Yeah, he was like really cool, I thought. So it's really cool to have him in it. He's really good, and the actor is really good that plays him. Can't think of his name, but he does a good job playing him, and he looks like Cable as well. Apart from the cape, which is a bit silly. I don't think he ever had a cape in the cartoon, but minus the cape, I think he looks quite good, and he's actually alright in this. And also, it's got Juggernaut from X-Men, which is really, really cool. And you know, I like Juggernaut, and he actually looks like Juggernaut from the old cartoons, where he's like beefy, really beefy and big. like, and huge, and he looks really, really good as, you know, Juggernaut. He looks, you know, he looks massive, like Juggernaut should be. Because I remember from the cartoon, the X-Men, he was absolutely massive, you know, massive, and I actually liked him. And this, yeah, he's massive in this and looks really, really good. Unlike the one where you see Vinnie Jones playing the Juggernaut in the old X-Men, um, he doesn't look that great. And the action that he's involved in doesn't really look that great. So this is a massive improvement, and he looks really, really good. And I like the fact that he's in it in Cable, which is really good. And I said, yeah, I think I do prefer this better. The fact there's more. And also Colossus is in it as well. He's in the first, but he's in the second one. And seeing Colossus versus Juggernaut is cool. Seeing it on screen, you know, I think they faced each other once in the old cartoon, but seeing it on screen is really cool. And the humour, I think is not as bad as it is in the first. I didn't enjoy it, but the second one is not that too bad. I think it makes up for it in the action, and yeah, I think it's really good all the way through. And I really do like the storyline and the acting. The acting's really good as well, and yeah, all good. I think. I don't think it has any weak spots, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's all good. So guys, that's pretty much going to be my review. I will do a review of the new Deadpool film whenever it's released, and I'll do a full collection whenever, you know, it's going to be complete. So guys, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos, and I'll see you guys soon on the next video. Take care, bye for now, see you soon.